Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Are you tired of paying thousands of dollars to have your car repaired? Maybe you've been thinking about fixing your car yourself. Maybe you just want to be more self-sufficient. So when my car needed new rotors, I decided I'm going to try and fix it myself. Now in this video, it's not a tutorial about how to fix your car. I'm going to break down what I needed, how much it cost, and how much money I actually saved. Maybe you watched a few YouTube videos and you figured, that's easy, I can do that. Now that's what I thought before I started fixing this car. So if you're thinking that, you might want to watch this video. In this video, we're going to figure out problems I had, how much it cost, and whether or not it's really worth it. The first thing I had, which YouTube warned me about, was you might need a hammer drill to loosen up the manufacturing nuts. So that led to the first trip. You know where this is going. I had to run to the auto parts store and get this tool, okay? So if you think about doing your rotors, you're probably gonna need this. Listen to YouTube. This is the new rotor, which obviously it's not on. That was the next problem we ran into. Put this guy on, screwed it on, used the old strip skew, got it to work, figured to put the bracket on, give it a quick test, turn the wheel, went about a quarter of the way, and it stops. It's scraping against the bracket. You can see where I damaged the rotor a little bit there. So of course, I must have screwed this up, right? Something's wrong. Took it off, put it back on, tried multiple times, same problem. I spun it, looked down, and I can see clearly this thing was warped, okay? Normally if your rotors are warped like the existing ones, you need a machine to tell. I could see this thing was warped. In fact, when I looked at it and I rolled it on the ground, it's not even perfectly round. So, second trip to the auto parts store. Had to go get a new set of front rotors only, 200 bucks with the pads. Put it on, flat up against the flange, look at it, doesn't match this. The guy gave me the rear rotors, not the front. Third trip to the auto parts store. Go back, finally get the right rotors, the right pads, pulled the screw off the other tire, put it on. The new rotors worked fine. It took me like 10 minutes. You have the right parts, the right tools. Literally took me like 10 minutes to put everything back together. We looked at the pads and they didn't match. So you see these don't match. This came out of the passenger side, right? And if you look at it, it means this little clip, which some of you may know what it is, I had no idea. This should be at the top, not the bottom. So the new ones we got were correct, but we didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought I screwed something up. Well, it turns out the mechanic who replaced our brakes last time, he reversed them. He put the driver's side on the passenger side. Now, of course, I don't know any of this yet because I'm freaking out thinking I stripped the screw, it's a pain in the ass, this is wrong, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. It really took me like 10 minutes to put everything back together, but that also led me to find the next problem that the mechanic screwed up, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so those are clearly some of the negatives involved, but there are some positives to this as well. I'll show you some of the things I've learned and some reasons why you might want to do this even if you don't save a lot of money. Fuck, this ain't that tight. Let's see if the guy did the same problem he did on the other side.
The next problem that the mechanic screwed up.
You see any problems here? If you're like me, before this, you don't have a clue. Everything looks fine. What you'll notice is there's no springs. There should be springs to keep these brake pads apart. Now, the other thing you notice, you see this clip that I was talking about earlier? This here should be at the top. Oh. When the tire's turning, your tire's gonna turn this way. You want this clip at the top. Otherwise, it's just gonna push it out of the way and you're not gonna know that your brakes are worn down. This is the passenger side and he put it on the driver's side and vice versa. So these are wrong. Right? There's another good reason why you might want to do it yourself. And there's no springs. So what does that mean? Well, if there's no springs and they're not spreading, these are going to rub against your rotor while you're driving. That's going to cause heat. Heat could potentially warp your rotors. So I'm thinking, and again, I have no clue, I'm not a mechanic, this is just a guess, but I'm thinking that's why these rotors are warped and why it keeps shaking. I never would have known that if I didn't do all this work myself. According to me, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. It holds this thing in place. And you'll see this clip here is on the top.
That's how it's supposed to be.
This is how it's supposed to go in.
The next problem that the mechanic screwed up.
This was what was missing. The last guy didn't even put this thing in. This is the spring, and you'll see it pushes those brake pads apart. If you put the top on, this caliper is now holding everything together. And look, see? No rubbing, no scraping. Finish this one. We'll run the numbers, how much it cost, how much I saved or didn't save. Maybe you can make a decision on whether or not you want to try and fix your own car. Now I will say, if I do the backs, I have all the tools I need. I'm definitely going to save money. And I probably will do that because knowing this guy screwed up the fronts, these backs are making noises. We thought it might be the hub, it still might be. Maybe it's the brakes. Maybe he put them in wrong. Maybe he didn't adjust the parking brake. I don't know. Feels good to lay down.
Because the floor is cold.
Floor is nice and cool.